Right, Activision are just flipping stuff over at this point. If you guys haven't heard, which you probably have heard of this thing that just happened recently, it's about SM2. Now, if you guys don't know what SM2 is, SM2 was essentially going to be a game that kind of almost revived Call of Duty. It was going to revive it probably for a lot of players, especially the ones that played years ago, like decades ago, like Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, all of those OG COD games really, and these guys spent the time to make this type of game, then just got shut down by Activision themselves. It's kind of sad to see that these guys put in so much effort into making and building this game just for it to get shut down 2 years later. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Right, so around maybe 2 years ago, I think it was during 2021, SM2 was pretty big for a lot of YouTubers, and they actually start putting out a lot of things out on YouTube saying like, oh yeah, the SM2 is going to be a game that's going to almost revive the entire OG feel of Call of Duty, right? And what happened is that there was some gameplay shown about it, and it was basically Modern Warfare 2 2009, the original, and then put in with other weapons from other Call of Duties like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. You even have the AN-94 from Black Ops 2 put it into Modern Warfare 2, even though it's not the exact same thing. It's just a mashup of all of the best weapons and all of the best maps, really, just into one humongous game. And everyone was excited for it. I never actually, I just heard about this recently though, so I never really knew about this, but it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, and essentially, these guys put in a lot of effort, and it was just a humongous thing that really just was going to get constructed, but then it got stopped. But the thing about this is that, as you can see, like from the thumbnail, you're in Quarry, and you're holding. I forgot what the sniper's called. I don't know who the devs of SM2 actually are, but these were just fans of the game. This was not a well-known company. It wasn't a well-known studio. It wasn't a AAA studio. It wasn't someone like Ubisoft. It was literally just fans from OG games and just humongous passion for a lot of the old COD games, and they just wanted to remake it. Simply just remake it. It wasn't called Call of Duty. It was called SM2 though, and then whenever they're constructing it, Activision then sent them a cease and desist letter. And essentially what a cease and desist letter means is that basically it is a legal action that can be taken place to stop something or completely shut down something. And if it's not done, legal action can be taken and you can be sent for court for it. Possibly lots of money or possibly jail, I believe. It's a really, really big thing that you kind of need to do. And they can't fight them in court, but the thing is, it's Activision. So the thing about this is that, and as soon as the devs from SM2 saw this cease and desist letter, it was game over. Really, they couldn't do anything about it because there's no way that these devs could fight an entire multi-billionaire company while they're just a couple of them, like not even like in tens. Like these are just like a couple of people just working onto the game. There's just no way they're gonna fight in court for this type of thing. It's really unfortunate, and obviously, understandably, they had to shut down. But I just think Activision at this point is almost a joke now. Activision has been just getting so, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like Activision doesn't actually care about the entire public. Like they don't actually care. They just care what works really. And that's the thing I'm starting to kind of hear about Activision. They're not caring enough. They don't really care. They don't care. They don't really do anything that we would like to have, right? And I'm not an OG COD player in any means. I've maybe played Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty Finest R on the original PS2, but that was really it. Never played BO1, never played BO2, never played any other of the OG originals really. And yeah, I'm not much of an original player, but I think that this is actually kind of sad and stupid the fact that Activision had to do such a thing. And if this game got released, if SM2 did come out and it was not to be stopped, I would have played it and I would have completely been available to it, absolutely. Because just look at it now, it's just a mashup of all the COD games. And there's actually a tweet from SM2, which is basically them saying, today a team member received a cease and desist letter on behalf of Activision Publishing. In relation to the SM2 project, we are complying with this order and shutting down all operations permanently. This is really like, as soon as a lot of people seen this tweet, it was like, wow, like, what, Activision, really? It's not even that Activision cares about even the money from this. Like, I think they just care about, like, they're just scared of this. They're actually scared of this game coming out. They would be scared if this game got released, it would have completely decimated the entire a lot of Call of Duty players from playing on their games. It's not like that's happening right now. Quite literally right now on Modern Warfare 2. And of course, it's probably gonna be like that every single year. A new Call of Duty will come out and it would be like that, but back then it was different, and I never played any of them. Like I said, I never played any of them, but I would have seen the amount of strength those games really did bring. They were talking about other stuff too, such as like them changing to a different engine. But however, I think they were also talking about something like this. They literally, SM2 was literally talking to Activision and saying that, how about this? We'll give you some of our rewards from the game. Right? They're giving rewards, because this is a thing that I actually find so amazing about SM2. I actually just follow them on Twitter now. But SM2, they didn't even care about the money really from the game. What they just cared about was just making a game that a lot of people would have loved, as it's obviously an original type of game styled, right? It's on the original Modern Warfare 2 2009 engine. So it had very similar graphics, very similar gameplay, and everything like that. It was free, by the way. It was gonna be free. I don't know when it would have came out, but I think it was pretty soon. And as soon as Activision saw this, I'm guessing they just completely shut them down. And even if you look at the logo, even, right, you can even tell that the logo seems very Modern Warfare 2009 stylish, right? Like, this is just so stupid, I believe. Like, Activision was a good company. I'm saying was, right? like they really were a strong company long time ago with like the original PS2 games they made, like the Kung Fu Panda games and everything like that. But then they brought Call of Duty, which was a great game changer for everyone. But then they just started becoming very lackluster. It was a very simplistic matter on the idea they had in their head. Very simple idea. Make a game, make it free, be interesting to the public, and them actually caring about the public's opinion and everything like that. Activision is just different. They're just different. They would lie all the time. I swear they would lie all the time. Like, even if you've seen, like, when before Modern Warfare 2 came out, Modern Warfare 2 was great on launch, but then after it just fell down. Like, just Modern Warfare 2 just fell down. It just fell down the drain in like Season 2 and Season 3. And then Activision just saw this. And they're like, this is the thing that I don't understand. They see this happening. And then they're just pushing everything that can be amazing. And they push it over to the next game. And they almost do like this entire cycle over and over again. If this game doesn't do well, they would just move it to the next game. Just exactly the same. Like they would have done a 2-year update cycle for Modern Warfare 2, but they just never did. They never did do that because they seen that the game was falling off and it wasn't doing as well as they wanted to. And now obviously you're seeing some DMZ boost bundles, slightly pay to win for DMZ, and you're just starting to see a lot of overpriced bundles going into the game. Like, some bundles are 3,000 COD points. Even if you look at the next game, they've said that Treyarch are obviously making the zombies, which I'm excited for, but the thing is, it's Modern Warfare, and they're making Treyarch make a zombies experience whenever it's not actually enough. Like, they haven't given them enough to work from. The entire company is messed up, I think, in my opinion. It's entirely messed up. And this Activision in general is just getting so lackluster, like I just said before, and Man, like SM2 would really could have been a great like this. I feel like could have even revived Call of Duty in general because it would have promoted the game and everything like that. Like the recent choices that Activision made just made everyone almost look away from it and just like almost close their eyes and just walk out blindly. Like we're starting to not care anymore. They're just scared that this company, and not even a company, these are literally just people that enjoyed the OG feel of Call of Duty and decided to make an entire game about it. But then Activision, like I said, they don't care. So yeah, like it's all so dumb. That's all I can really say about it, and everything is just so twisted up, man. Everything's twisted. I never actually did this type of video before, so I'm really sorry if it just sounds weird on what I say most of the time. And there is obviously I probably will put gameplay in the background also, so it doesn't make it feel a bit boring. And I did see this, I saw this just recently, and I just wanted to share it. It was big. I wanted to share it just because I really feel for these devs. I feel for these devs quite bad. Like I can't imagine even going for a game and making a game for this long of a time just for it to get shut down by a company that just don't care. They had nothing. They had nothing to really start off with. They had the engine, and these guys somehow almost made a game sound more interesting than a game that has a company with billions of dollars. And these guys have nothing, and they basically made this game sound way more interesting than any of the other games I've ever heard of Activision in the most recent time. If SM2 really do retry this again, I hope everything goes well for you. That really does suck, and I really hope that if you do retry it, it's gonna be successful and it's not gonna get shut down. And this, I believe, was to be a PC only game, but I think they were going to bring out console. I think they would have probably brought out the console right later if it did come out. But and like I said, with just the entire company in general, like Treyarch are making a zombies experience for the next COD, right? Modern Warfare 3, but they're getting nothing to start off with. Literally nothing. And they're almost making a fool of themselves at this point. They're making a fool of themselves. And I personally think Treyarch or my favourite company that makes Call of Duties, in my opinion. I like Treyarch a lot. And they really can make a really posh experience, but they're just being pushed. I do want to see your guys' opinions. If you did watch to the end, I do want to see your opinion about this entire thing, about SM2, or not even just SM2, just Activision in general. Like, what do you think of them at this point? You have to, but if you did watch the end, do it if you want. But anyway, I'll see you next time, and yeah, bye.